And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Minnesota, where the Timberwolves will try to protect home court. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team. They controlled everything in
The
both
two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Thompson, he's in at point guard. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Sanders, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. And the shot is Minnesota on D. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
It's tipped. Porzingis passes to Carmelo. Count the buckets.
Well, that's one way he got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. First quarter, just over a minute played. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against the Pacers in Indiana.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Now here's Anthony, following the miss by Kevin Martin.
Move the ball. Stick it to
Anthony dishes to Thompson. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. It's stolen by Martin.
He was on that pass in a flash, read it, reacted, and then picked it off.
Rubio with it, picked up by Thompson. There's a good screen. Kevin Martin on the wing. Looking at his point production, he averages.
That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Here's Porzingis. Here's Powell. Misses the reverse.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Towns with it. He's against Sanders. And they're on shooting. Larry Sanders picks one up. For New York, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Rubio, the pass to Patterson. That's in, coming off an assist from trail by 3. Here's Powell. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana.
Baskets at the hoop.
Now, here's Rubio. And Thompson sends it back. A stupendous finish in traffic.
And he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Anthony against Johnson. Clock at 6. Left side, Martin. Fires from 14. Field shooting over 50%. Powell dishes to Thompson. The wide open look here for Anthony. Traps in the tray.
He's got the A game rolling tonight.
Rubio against Thompson. And Rubio kicks to Patterson.
The way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the...
Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. The shot by Powell, no good. The Timberwolves trail. Well, let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Sam Mitchell. Doris, what's the news?
He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson. He added, you have to respect the energy he brings to the game. That'll be the challenge for our bigs, is matching that energy and physicality. But it's still that athleticism and hustle that's really his calling card. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Rubio, following the score by New York. And Ilyasova kicks to Levine. Uncovered. Knicks with the rebound.
That's one.
Robinson dishes to Thompson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Bean passes to Pekovic. That drops.
In the paint here already.
Now here's Thompson. He had 22 points in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Here's Powell. And Thompson kicks to Smith. Rubio dishes to Levine. That's in, coming off an assist right after the... And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some... And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
They come out the gates here.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Minnesota, Johnson is out there with Omer Asik. Then there's Pekovic. Then there's Martin. Here's Thompson. The pass to Harkless. A minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
It's Thompson off the drive. Great D there.
But the defense stood tall there.
Pekovic with the screen on Thompson. Here's Levine. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off.
With a nice screen, and I tell you what, as big as he is, he can really put a screen on it.
And it's Martin. Wow. Lee passes to Thompson. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
An assist.
Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Knicks won the game. Here's Levine. He's covered by Thompson. Levine kicks to Asik. The pass to Martin. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Feeds it to Thompson. New York moving the ball around. And here comes the break. Here's Levine. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against causing havoc on both ends of the floor. This outing just the latest from him in what has been an incredible display of basketball.
Best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that,
Beat him again.
Johnson against Lopez. Thompson. There's the bucket. Good.
man.
Minnesota making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Asik. Smith checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for David Lee. Porzingis, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Maurice Harkless. Here's Levine. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. From 18 feet away, it's hauled in by a 2-point game. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Thompson, he's in at the point. Porzingis is out there with Sanders. Then it's Anthony. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard position. Martin dishes to Towns. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots. The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both.
Other big men.
Thompson against Rubio. Powell, the pass to Porzingis. Outside Anthony. Inside. Johnson against Anthony. Patterson dishes to Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Rubio, and Thompson sends it back. But they get it back. Johnson, the pass to Rubio. Rubio can't get that one to fall.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
That ties the game.
And get those easy points inside.
And Rubio kicks to Patterson. That's good. It's Rubio. The drive by Thompson. Martin against Anthony. Sanders passes to Porzingis. To the paint. Here's Thompson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now here's Towns. He's guarded close. Picked away. All by himself. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
We've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Martin. A step back shot here. Here's Towns
on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
And it's by Minnesota. Pass to Martin. Shot clock at 5. Right through the knee. Rubio against Anthony. Johnson, that's for 2. It's rebounded. Pass to Porzingis. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Thompson.
His team has still found a way to get it done.
Now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Rubio outside. Johnson, a wide open look. That's
There with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence. And
Johnson outside. Thompson against.
They've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the whistle blows.
there, I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went.
And he can't hit the second. Robinson kicks to Thompson. Passes it to Lee. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in. Omer Ashik is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Pekovic in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Got a piece of it. And they get it back. Nice shot by Robinson against Ilyasova. Dishes it to Levine. Cranes it. Back to Thompson. Boom, he jams it.
At the end of those breaks, he makes it look fun and easy.
And Thompson. Thompson dishes to Lee. Stolen by Levine. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got it on the fast break chance. Got one there from Levine. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And he banks in the lane. The inside, Pekovic is there. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That free throw is over. And Martin subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And then for New York, Sanders comes in for David Lee. And it's Porzingis in for Robinson. Outside for Martin. And on
Thompson just are not letting up at all.
Thompson with the bucket. And pass to Porzingis. To the inside. That's in.
The baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders.
There's a good screen. And it's Rubio penetrating. Towns. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. Sets the pick for Rubio. From deep. And the rejection by Sanders. And a fast break now for New York. And Rubio against Thompson. Here's Towns. Uses the glass.
Even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself there. But when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute ahead kind of attack that they have.
And some changes. 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. And so the Timberwolves take the win, probably a little closer than they would like.